guilds are probably going to become one of the most important things in Battle Nation, so you might want to join one as soon as possible. But how exactly do we get into a guild? Or maybe you're thinking of making your own guild. There's a lot more to just making a guild than you think there is. Well, my name is Anthony Joshua Morris, but you can call me AP for short, and welcome back to another Battle Nations video where I'll be showing you exactly how I will be building out my own guild. When it comes to making your own guild, there's definitely a lot you can do with it. But in reality, even for myself, I didn't know where to exactly start. So I've come up with 4 different points that I believe is pretty important when coming up with branding your own guild. And those 4 points are going to be theme, backstory, having a creative board, and making concepts. These 4 bullet points are probably the most important thing when actually starting your own guild. So the guild that I'm going to be creating will be called Public Service Company. Why Public Service Company? Well, I'll get to that much later. First, let's figure out some themes and overall aesthetics for the guild itself. So starting with themes, I just typically looked at what I enjoyed doing, like what I liked in life in general, or what I found interesting for myself. Maybe it's something that I constantly watch on YouTube. Maybe it's just how I dress. Maybe it's the things I buy. There's a lot of different things that you can pull themes from. I would suggest pulling different things that you personally enjoy, or maybe you're building this with a group, you guys all together, throw in different things that you enjoy, maybe find some similarities, maybe just try something different here and there. For myself, I picked out 5 different things that I truly enjoy a lot watching, the branding, and the overall just vibe in general. Those things are actually going to be analog horror. This is something that a lot of people have pointed out within my own streams. It kind of gives off that analog horror type of vibe. I've been recently just watching a lot of analog horror. Actually, that's kind of lie. I've been watching analog horror here and there, but I mean, come on. Another big thing for myself is street graffiti and or skate graffiti. The whole kind of skate vibe is something that I've always enjoyed. I'm not a skater myself. I actually rollerblade, aggressive rollerblades sometime back in high school, and that's actually how I got to school. So you guys can make fun in the comments for me for that, but yeah. Obviously, mentioning infomercials, I really enjoy the vibe of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, just the commercials that they made back then. It just has this sort of vibe that I just enjoy and I resonate with a lot, but you can do so much with that type of medium that I love to manipulate it in the sense when making my own content, making future infomercials, and overall building the guild that I want to create. Now, music is a big thing to me, and I want to incorporate a lot of music within the infomercials, within the guild, and commercials for the guild. And why I bring that up is because I really enjoy kind of that Beastie Boy vibe. Have you ever seen a Beastie Boy music video? They kind of have like the fisheye lens. They're moving towards the camera, all that type of stuff. I just enjoy that a lot. It's in your face, the lyrics, the tone, the overall environment that it kind of builds. I enjoy a lot, and I feel like I can make it fit with the overall brand that I want with my guild. And lastly, Adult Swim. I don't know why, but I just really enjoy the aesthetics of Adult Swim. I played Battle Nations back then with my dad. He's the one who got me into the game, and I remember just staying up really late at night. It was probably one of my favorite childhood memories. That, and you kind of see it within my own YouTube channel already. The BNAP kind of logo, the font is basically mimicking the Adult Swim. Obviously, it doesn't say Adult Swim, it says BNAP. Now that we have the name and the theme, I personally wanted to create some type of backstory for the guild. Something to really add to the ambiance of why this guild is coming together or why it's been here for a while now. Public Service Company is a Battle Nations guild that's been here the entire time. You're just noticing it now. Public Service Company, or PSC, has sat in the shadows for your entire life. Ever wake up in the middle of the night and see some infomercial playing? Maybe George Lopez theme song blasting as you wake up with the grandma midair? Maybe it was just cause there was a public service announcement playing. That's been us the entire time. We've controlled, created, and managed the content you watched throughout the entire frontier. Why? Because we can. Now, we want to see how much further we can take it. We are a guild already striving for greatness, tier 10 and more through boss strikes, and a heavily competitive guild, with, of course, some of the most beautiful constructed outposts in the game. This is PSC. One guild, one home, We've always been here. You're just barely noticing it now. So that's what public service company is. It's basically taking a public service announcement when the TV kind of goes down or the broadcast goes down. Error, sorry, your broadcast or program will be back shortly. Something went wrong, or someone has just been controlling it this entire time. So something that I do for a lot of my clients back then, and just overall projects as well, is I create a mood board or creative board, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter, I'm gonna be honest. Here I have basically gone on Pinterest and found just a bunch of things that I feel like would fit the public service company. Obviously, we talked a lot about commercials, TV, media, basically anything that kind of has to do with showing some type of entertainment. And that's, well, what I'm kind of pulling from here. As you can see within my Pinterest, it's a lot of different commercials, different graphics, different just styles overall, why I like them. I won't go into too much depth of why I have these added into things. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, you know, we got a lot of random things in here, but it all relates back into that old kind of analog horror infomercials and Adult Swim, very simplified. After I have all these different steps done, I then go into now trying to make some concepts. Now, it just really depends on how in-depth you want to be with this. I would recommend, if you really want a good logo for your guild, probably go on Fiverr, ask some logo designers on how they would design this type of thing. Maybe cough up a 5, a 10 or something. They're not too expensive, to be honest. Or just try to make one yourself. I actually already knew what logo I wanted to go with, and it basically mimics the BNAP logo itself. And what that is this right here, PSC. We've always been here. But with that said, I took all of that and I actually made a trailer for my guild, because I'm extra like that. And since I have the editing capabilities and I want to see how it all work, and I want to, just kind of, make it look nice, I had to go the extra mile and make a concept trailer instead.
Yo, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
We've always been here, and you've always been watching us. You've just never noticed us till now. But don't worry, you're here now, and that's what matters. Welcome to Public Service Company. A new guild, a new home, a new program.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, I guess.
So that is how I'm branding my own guild. At least that's the steps that I'm taking. There's a lot more to just obviously making the design of your guild. Beyond that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more of this, I'm actually really excited for this series, and I want to show you guys every step of the way, but I want to know if this is something that you guys really care about. If you guys don't, then maybe I just might do it myself behind the camera, and yeah, we'll see from there. Again, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!